All right, peace and blessings, everybody. It's October the 28th, the year 2017, and my wife and I walk our dogs in our neighborhood almost every single day. And when you do that, you meet your neighbors, you strike up a conversation, you get to know some of them. Some of them don't want to talk, and so that's fine. But you get along with some neighbors better than others, right? And so Shorty is a neighbor that we get along with very well. We see the world, have a lot in common with the way that we view the world. And 3 years ago, we met this man named Shorty. And, well, I said I knew Shorty long before that, but we never got into deep conversations. But he opened up and shared some information regarding the assassination of John F. Kennedy. And one thing led to another, and he was sharing his story with me. And I said, well, you know, this is so important. Why don't we get this on video? And he allowed me to do that. So I've got a playlist from the videos that he allowed me to interview him, get his reactions to various things, and to tell his story on what he saw that day. He was there when John F. Kennedy was assassinated. I'll put the playlist link in the information bar. And Shorty, I consider him a friend, and he just basically shared the story of the John F. Kennedy assassination and allowed me to record it on video. That was done 3 years ago. And we still talk to Shorty today. We see him when we walk the dog, and, you know, we just consider him a neighbor and a friend. Well, recently, as you guys know, the government recently released some documents. And this news article here, I'll put out as well. It comes from zerohedge.com. And it's called The One Paragraph You Need to Read from the JFK Assassination Files That May Change Everything. Now, if you scroll down and look at the one paragraph they've highlighted, it says Potito, and it'll tell you a little bit about Potito up here, and you can read that at your leisure, said the Surgeon General's report on the assassination stated the first bullet entered the president's throat below the Adam's apple, clearly showing that two persons were involved, with the first shot being fired from the bridge across the parkway in front of the car. To further substantiate this, Potito said there was a bullet hole in the windshield of the president's car. That would mean that he shot from the front. And the reason that's so important when I read that is that exactly aligns with the eyewitness testimony. That exactly aligns with the eyewitness testimony of my friend Shorty. And I've known Shorty for several years now. I don't believe that he has any motivation to lie. I don't believe that he's a crazy nut. I believe that he is a man of integrity and character who wanted to do the right thing and share his story with the world, but nobody would listen to him. And he has lived with this his whole life. And so I'll put the playlist of Shorty's eyewitness testimony in the description bar. I'll put this. I don't know why this keeps playing, but how do I stop that? You bring up a website and it just tries to play stuff without you even asking for it. Stop. It even brings up advertisements. You can't bring up anything anymore without computers just sticking stuff in your face. But anyway, I'll put the link to the Zero Hedge article. I'll put the link to the Shorty eyewitness testimony. And you say, well, this happened 50 years ago. What lessons should we learn? Well, this is why I don't really care about current events. I mean, we weren't told the truth about the assassination of John F. Kennedy. They lied to us. It's a cover-up. The government completely lied. And we know that the FBI and the CIA are the FBI, the CIA, the Department of Justice, the Bureau of Prisons, the Counterterrorism Unit, the Joint Terrorism Task Force, the IRS, are some of the most evil institutions ever produced by any country on the face of this earth. And, you know, if we can't get the truth from our government and they don't want the truth and they're subject to the lies of the devil that the devil constantly puts around us all the time, then why would I want to care to listen to mainstream news, which is a microphone or a megaphone for the government? They only repeat what the government story is. So I simply don't get caught up in all the current events. You know, I live my life day to day. I try to live my life in a way that's pleasing to God, but I'm just here to tell you that I think it's incredible that the Lord has put me in a house that's right next door to Shorty, or very close to Shorty. And people talk about the John F. Kennedy assassination all the time. And I know a man who I believe and trust just lives down the street that saw the whole thing, and he indicates that the president was shot from the front. And he talks about his eyewitness testimony about the person who assassinated the president and shot at him. So you can listen to the testimony, but you know, it's everybody else wants to write books about it, make profit off of it. You know, they want their 15 minutes of fame. I believe Shorty just wanted to tell the truth on what he saw. I don't think he wanted any recognition. You know, and Shorty's, you know, he's a tough old bird. He's going through some hard times, and he could probably use your prayers. He's got some health issues, and for him to allow me to capture his interview 3 years ago is I consider a huge generous act on behalf of Shorty, because he didn't have to do that, but he did. He wanted the world to listen to the truth, but his whole life nobody ever would listen to him. But I believe he's telling the truth. I believe he's truthful when he tells us what he saw that day, and I'm telling you, it lines up perfectly with this paragraph in the documents that were just released, that John F. Kennedy was shot from the front and not from the school book depository by Oswald. All right, take care. God bless. The last line of peaceful defense between a tyrannical government and the defendant is jury nullification.